This video, I'm going to tell you why it's so difficult to get a job as a data analyst if you've never been a data analyst before. Now, if you don't know my story, I got my first job as a data analyst back in 2013, which is, as of recording this video, 13 years ago. So I'm pretty much an industry veteran at this point. And when I got in, it was really easy. I actually stumbled into it completely by accident. I didn't even know that a data analyst existed. I had never heard of the job title data analyst. I just taught myself some skills that happened to be exactly the right skills to become a data analyst, and then I put them on my LinkedIn, and recruiters started reaching out to me saying, hey, we have this position for you. Then it turned out the first data analyst position that I got paid almost double the job that I had before that. So it was really just kind of by chance for me, but at that time it was really easy to get into a position as a data analyst because it was non-competitive, or at least on the job applicant side, right? It was competitive for the companies, right? There's a lot of companies that wanted data analysts, but there weren't that many people that had the skills to actually be data analysts, so it's really easy to get in. Now, fast forward to, I think it was 2021 or 2022, I started my own data analyst training program where I was training people to be data analysts. And by that point, it was definitely still doable. I have some really impressive success stories from my students in that program, but it was substantially more difficult than when I did it first in 2013. And my guess is, I've been a little out of it for a while, but my guess is it's gotten substantially worse since then, because what started happening, what I noticed during the time that I was running the boot camp, or my training program, you can call it a boot camp if you want, but I noticed that there was a whole bunch of other boot camps and training programs that were popping up. And right while I was running that, Google created its own. It was a Google data analytics certification. It was super cheap, and they would teach you in depth how to be a data analyst. And that got like hundreds of thousands of people went through that program. So what happened essentially was that this one career field that was relatively unknown on the job seeker side became just like popular. Everybody knew what a data analyst was. Everybody knew that being a data analyst paid well, that you could work remote, that it was a great job, that there was room for growth, etc. And so it got far more competitive to get into an entry-level role, right? You're competing with the other 200,000 people that all completed the same Google certificate to get one of these positions. And it became very, very difficult. And it still is to this day if you want to get into a traditional data analyst role. Now, there's two hacks to beat this, essentially. And the one that I taught my students that worked very well for them at the time was to create experience. You find a way to use your new skills at an actual company. Most conveniently, the company that you already work at, if that's a possibility for you. But there's a second hack that just appeared recently, which is what I really want to talk to you about in this video, because this is going to put you head and shoulders above not only the other people that are trying to get an entry-level role as a data analyst, but also a lot of experienced data analysts like me. The truth is that the data analyst role can now, as of recording this video in 2026, as of now, can be almost entirely replaced by AI, right? AI for me, as a data analyst, as a senior data analyst with a lot of experience, I can tell you confidently that AI can do just about everything that I can do. It can do it faster, and it can do it better than I can. So there is a massive disruption going on right now, and very soon, I believe, now companies haven't caught on to this yet, right? Because companies tend to be bureaucratic, they tend to be kind of slow, and so they don't realize that AI can already do the job of a data analyst. But some companies have figured that out, but all companies will figure that out eventually. And when that happens, the traditional data analyst role is going to be gone. It's going to be obsolete. It's going to be like a horse and buggy driver. It's like it's not going to exist anymore. So, if you're an existing data analyst like me, that sounds like bad news. If you are trying to get into the field, it sounds like even worse news. But I want to tell you that actually it's a massive opportunity for you. What's happening is a shift. That now AI can do the bulk of data analysis work. So the person that's valuable is the person not who does the work that AI can do, but the person who sets up the AI and manages the AI and troubleshoots the AI, right? So essentially what you're doing is you're taking on the role of the data analytics manager, except that you're not managing human analysts anymore. Now you're managing machines. Now you're managing AI systems. And it's actually really easy to learn how to build these systems. I taught myself how to do this in like a week or two. And I've obviously, the fact that I have been a data analyst gives me an advantage. So somebody that's coming in totally new, like if you don't know anything about data and you want to try to do this, you're going to be at a disadvantage over somebody like me who already understands the role. But it's something that just about any intelligent person can learn. Like if you can learn to be a data analyst, you can also learn to build a data analyst AI. If you are the person who builds the AI, then you are effectively doing the work by yourself. If you build and manage the AI, let's say, and troubleshoot it, and you correct it when it's wrong, right? Because it does have bugs, right? You're going to come up with problems, and you're going to have to correct it occasionally. Somebody has to do that job. Most middle managers in corporate America have no idea how to do this. So if you take it upon yourself to learn how to do this, to learn how to build this AI, learn how to manage it, learn how to troubleshoot it when it makes mistakes, then you are going to be extremely valuable. You essentially are going to be able to do the work of 10 data analysts by yourself. Now, if you're not already aware, a data analyst typically makes from $60,000 up to $200,000 in salary, depending on their level of seniority. My last job as a data analyst, my most recent job, I was making $90 an hour on contract. So think about, if I'm making $90 an hour as a single data analyst, and it's worth it to the company to pay me that much money, how much is it worth to pay somebody that can do the work of 10 times that? Right? If I'm worth $90 an hour, if you can create the AI and manage the AI to do this, and you can be 10 times more productive, you're essentially worth $900 an hour. Now, I'm not saying they're going to pay you $900 an hour, right? That depends on the supply and the demand in the marketplace. But my point is that you are extremely valuable to the company. So the vast majority of traditional data analysts are probably going to be caught flat-footed on this. We're not going to keep up with it. Well, I say we, as in traditional data analysts. I'm keeping up with it, obviously, because I see the writing on the wall. I know what's going to happen. I know that my role is about to become obsolete if I don't evolve with it. So that's why evolve with it is exactly what I'm doing. But I'm saying that if you are new, if you've never worked as a data analyst, or you're a junior data analyst, and you learn this, you learn how to manage and build the AI, then you are going to have a massive advantage over all of the more experienced traditional analysts who do not learn this. So that begs the question, well, how? Like, how do you learn how to do this? I'm not aware of any course or any material on how to do this. I had to figure it out all by myself, which is why I am going to most likely offer a course of my own where I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do it. I'm going to show you step by step exactly how to build an AI data analyst that you can use in any business that uses a database, right? When they all use databases, I'm going to show you exactly how to build it out, how to perfect it, how to optimize it, and how to run it so that you are head and shoulders above all the more experienced, well, maybe not all, the majority of more experienced data analysts and you are highly valuable to a company, and now all of a sudden far more likely to get hired because now you're totally standing out from all of these masses of people that just took the data analyst certification or took a boot camp, and they're all competing for the same positions. If you would like to learn more about that course, I'll put a link in the description or in my bio where you can learn more about that. And this is something that it's very, very new as of recording this video. I haven't even decided 100% if I'm going to offer this, but if there's enough interest, I want to teach other people to do this, because if you're proactive enough that you're going to stay on top of this and you're going to learn this, you're going to be adaptable to how the economy is changing, then I want to help you. There's a lot of courses out there teaching you about how to use AI, but they're just generalist, right? The people that are going to win with AI are the people that are going to find the specific use cases that make it very valuable. This is one of those use cases, and I'm going to show you exactly how to build it out step by step that you can easily replicate for any employer. And I'm also going to show you, if I decide to do the program, I'm also going to show you exactly how to frame it on your resume, how to talk about it in interviews, and I'm going to walk you through a practice project so that you can actually have real experience. So you will have actually done it by the time you go apply for jobs for it. So if you're interested, that'll be the link in the description or the bio. And if you like this video, check out the rest of the channel. I think you'll find a lot of very useful stuff. And of course, hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.